Hello, I'm Brian Fox. Welcome to I Hate Rock Music. And I'm going to introduce a new series of videos I want to do on this channel. And it's great rock albums that should have been, that I still dream about. And there's a lot of great examples, and I'll be posting videos in this series going forward. But the first one I want to do is Thin Lizzy. I feel like there was a great lost album in 1974. After Eric Bell left the band in 1973, they got Gary Moore in. And of course, Gary Moore and Phil Lynott had played together in Skid Row. And so they were quite familiar with each other, and it was a great match. And Gary Moore just added such a great element to Thin Lizzy in 1974. So he joined the band in 1974. And we can pretty much reconstruct what a fourth Thin Lizzy album would have been with Gary Moore in 1974, because there's so much material out there. A lot of things are available on the expanded version of Nightlife, and there's a whole bunch of studio singles that were released from that period, and there's a lot of BBC material, and there's also live bootlegs from '74. So he was very active with the band in 1974, and it really is a shame that they didn't record a full album that got released in 1974 with Gary Moore. And I can say that with a lot of confidence because there's a staggering amount of material. They easily could have put together a fourth album in between Vagabonds of the Western World and Nightlife. And a lot of material that ended up on Nightlife obviously got developed when Gary Moore was in the band. But just checking out a list of the song titles, some of these were released as singles. And crazily enough, at least to me, a lot of these singles were released in the U.S. on London Records, and you can get those out there. So there is, released studio material of the '74 version of the band. But two of the singles, Little Darlin' and Randolph's Tango, are prime examples, released in the U.S. on London, and a really great window of what could have been. But they had plenty of material. Going through all the material that they were recording in 1974, we have Randolph's Tango, Ghetto Women, Black Boys on the Corner, Little Darlin', which is one of Phil Lynott's most memorable songs, even in the midst of all the great songs that he wrote. Sidamoya, Showdown, and She Knows, which obviously showed up on Nightlife. It's Only Money also showed up on Nightlife. Sha-La-La, Philomena, Banshee, they were already working on I'm Still in Love with You, which is great with Gary Moore on vocals. Rock and Roll with You, Little Girl in Bloom, which of course they were already doing, but the version with Gary Moore is pretty exceptional. One of the most interesting ones for me is the song Suicide, which of course didn't show up till later in 1975 on the Thin Lizzy album Fighting. But there's a great version with Gary Moore where he plays killer slide work. So I drool at the idea of there being missing Thin Lizzy album number 4 from 1974. Everything was in place to do it. It probably would have happened if things weren't moving so fast with the band. And of course, Gary Moore bailed relatively quickly. And it's an amazing amount of material that they produced in that 1 year. So here I am in 2025, still drooling over the possibility of that great lost album. I'm Brian Fox. Thanks for watching I Hate Rock Music.